We got the vibe, fun and friendly all the time. Draft and play and feel the rise. Magic moments in our eyes.
Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic here, back doing a best of one Duskmourn draft. Got Rip Spawn Hunter, 4 mana 4/4. It's got Survival. If it's tapped, reveal the top X cards of your library. Put a number of creature and or vehicle cards with different powers from among them into your hand. I mean, it's a cool card. I could see just taking this Sheltered by Ghosts instead, because it's pretty amazing removal that can take the game over. Gives ward as well. It's cheaper. Doesn't put me in 2 colors right away. I haven't really been impressed with Survival in general. Gosh, there's just 5 uncommons in this pack. It's so insane. Fear of Imposters is playable. Osseous Stick Twister is good. Survivors, you know, playable. Thresher's very good. Unable to Scream is playable. Seize from Slumber's playable. But I'm going to go with Sheltered by Ghosts. I think this card's really good. I think Rip's fine, but I'm going to go with my gut on that one. All right, Shard Mage's Rescue is actually pretty good, but I think I'd rather have this Grand Entryway. This card is just amazing with Eerie. Otherwise, another Unable to Scream, but I think I could see the argument for taking the Rescue because it's pretty sweet with Sheltered by Ghosts once they finally get the mana to take it out. Pay the extra ward cost, and then you just pay 1 and buff it up even bigger. Counter their removal. But this card is just incredible. I love this card. It's a double Eerie trigger with Grand Entryway, and then another Eerie trigger with Elegant Rotunda. Plus, it just makes a body. It's just a great card. Really, really strong common. You could just play a million of those if you have a good Eerie plan, so we'll take it. Other good cards in here. Well, I already pointed out a couple of them, but see what we get now. Surgical Suite. This is a good card too. Surgical Suite is good. I like this one. I mean, the Hospital Room's probably better because it's like permanent buffing every time you attack. But being able to resurrect a creature is pretty sweet too. For 2 mana, no less. Shrewd Storyteller buffs. There's Fear of Imposters. Fear of Burning Alive is very good. If you had Delirium, 6 mana 4/4 that deals 4 damage to an opponent and a creature they control. It's pretty good value. But I think I'm going to take this. Get another room. See if we can make Eerie work. You get 3 colors to make Eerie work, so that's kind of nice. Seeing some green in here. Yeah, this card's okay, actually. The change the target of a spell is really can be good. Miasma Demon in here. Survivor makes little armies. Could take Fear of Immobility. It just doesn't seem that good. Probably just take a Terramorphic. I'm thinking with Terramorphic. I mean, I could take the Carnival as well. This opens me up for more splashing, though. And, I mean, the Centipede is very good. It doesn't really go with the first 3 picks so much, but, yeah, fixes too. It's just there's really no Eerie in green. But green might be open. I'm just going to take Terramorphic for now, get some fixing. I can't imagine a scenario where I don't want to play Terramorphic, and it feeds into Delirium, which is quite nice. Okay, so Fear of Falling, which is an enchantment creature. There is an Eerie creature in black here, but I really like Meat Locker. There's Emerge from the Cocoon, more for black-white. Neglected Manor, if I want to go 3 color like I did in the last draft. I think of these cards, I like Meat Locker the most. Just ultimately get the most value out of it. Tunnel Surveyor is good too because it triggers Eerie as well, but Meat Locker is going to be better. And I've just got such a good initial setup for Eerie, but I mean, basically I have all of these setups for Eerie, but none of the payoffs. So that's going to be the tough part. I need to actually get some Eerie value cards in order for this deck to do anything. So there's Faithful, another Resurrect card. Otherwise, Friendly Ghost, which is really whatever. Claiming Prowler in blue, which triggers Eerie, but once again, we don't have any Eerie creatures. And Fear of the Dark does too. Currently have no creatures. Jeez. I mean, the best card's probably the Faithful, because it can resurrect. Alright. We'll see. If I give up a Clammy Prowler, I don't really care, so... Yeah, another resurrect spell, but... If you take the Leech now, at least get a Eerie card with all of this. That makes sense. Alright. Commune with Evil is kind of cool for Delirium and Resurrect. Emerge from the Cocoon, another white Resurrect, but I feel good about taking the Leech here now, at least. Well, I mean, and Eerie payoff is nice. All right, take another Leech. Now at least, you know, it's a plan. If I'm not finding any other Eerie and I have all this enchantment-based stuff. Okay, well, Glimmerlight also triggers Eerie and it's a cheap buff spell, and Cackling Slasher is kind of a whatever card, so I'm all right with that. Misty Salon. I mean, we already have a lot of... This will be our fourth door. Yeah, I'm giving up a Fear of the Dark for it. That's fine. So we'd have to splash the Misty Salon. I mean, Smoky Lounge... Probably not worth the splash, but I could consider it. Take the Carnival. All right. It's a weird start, admittedly. Another one? All right. So, geez. Yeah, that was a weird start. I still really like a lot of the stuff that we have, but we're going to have to get this deck squared away here in pack 2. All right, Fear Falling is at least pretty playable. All right, Leyline of Transformation. This just makes all your creature types the same. The Swarm Weaver is very good. Yeah. Another Sheltered by Ghosts, though. Seems correct because it's such a strong effect. Maybe we'll get the Leech back. So we're just going to be playing Leeches and Sheltered by Ghosts, I guess. What does this one do? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent gets drained. Whenever you unlock this door, turn on... Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, I could see... Oh, another Sheltered by Ghosts, though? All right. I mean, that effect is strong, but I can just keep taking Sheltered by Ghosts, I think, and be pretty happy. Deals with any non-land permanent as well, so you can even deal with rooms, although you get it back. I mean, getting all your creatures from a graveyard to the battlefield is cool, and the Funeral Room is a pretty strong effect. I could see taking this, but yeah, I could see it. I mean, Sheltered by Ghosts, though, is really hard to go wrong with that. I'm going to take the Sheltered by Ghosts. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. All right, another Leech. Actually... Optimistic Scavenger is probably the best thing we possibly could have picked up here, because this is kind of what I was trying to build the deck towards this whole time. This card is remarkably strong, and if we get these Leeches back, I'm actually just very happy. We don't even have to splash blue necessarily. I'm still kind of willing to, but we'll see if we even need to. But yeah, Scavenger is one of the best cards you can get for this plan. Patched Plaything is good with Manifest Dread. Otherwise, it's kind of whatever. Otherwise, kind of a miss here. Possessed Goat is very unimpressive. Yeah, we could take the Plaything. I mean, it's got Double Strike. Even when it's a 3-mana, 2-power Double Strike, it's pretty good. And it's pretty awesome with Sheltered by Ghosts, I guess. All right, we'll take it. We don't have any Manifest Dread yet, but it's early. All right, Fear of Surveillance triggers... It's actually a decent card. Triggers Delirium, triggers Eerie, or helps with Delirium, triggers Eerie. Otherwise, I could take Neglected Manor, which I think will make the deck. Yeah, I'm going to take the Manor. This might be wrong, but there's still a chance I splash some blue stuff here. And I think we're going to get all the Leeches we want. Demonic Council. Well, we're not going to easily be able to get Delirium online, so I'm just going to go with all the Leeches. Just all the Leech, double Leech back. How many creatures do I have? 6? We're gonna need more than that. Well, I guess Grand Entryway kind of counts as another one. I'm gonna take the Murder though over a Leech, just because I think we're gonna see some more Leeches anyway. Or I could take Nashi. That's cool. Probably not worth the splash. Cracked Skull, Killer's Mask. I think we actually need some more creatures, so maybe I take the Killer's Mask. Gives Menace. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, Cracked Skull does trigger Eerie, but... Oh, Glimmerlight makes a creature too. So really we have like 3 extra creatures, I guess. Okay, so we're at 9 instead of 6. It's a weird pack. Weird deck, I should say. Very weird deck. All right, another Leech. I mean, admittedly, Leech in a vacuum is really not that impressive of a card, but I think I think this deck is actually pretty good. Our removal suite is pretty slick. Just playing an all Leech deck. All right. So we have 11 creatures now. Okay. It's reasonable. Probably don't need to splash Meatlock or Smoky Lounge since we're never going to be able to do Drowned Diner, but that's okay. Take a Fear of the Dark. Friendly Teddy in case. Probably don't need it though. Probably won't need it. Hopefully won't need the Fear of the Dark either. Okay, well, so the good news is we basically do have a deck. I mean, I'm most likely not going to be doing this plan. A little too ambitious. But do we even need Valgabot's Faithful? Not especially. I don't really have anything I need to resurrect here except Optimistic Scavenger. Upside of this deck, good removal. Downside, we don't have anything like super busted. Good Splash Glassworks. Double Carnival, Terramorphic. Yeah, it's possible. Get more removal. Removal's not exactly what we need, but I guess so. Trigger Zeri. I don't really need Exercise, considering the removal this deck already has. Could take a Cheerleader, but it's mediocre. Could take Fear of Immobility. I'd rather have better creatures, like Balemark Leech. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of ways to get cards out of our graveyard. But I guess, you know, Cadaver Lab does do that. Living Phone is kind of fine here, but how do I get cards out of my graveyard? Valgabot's Faithful and a Grand Entryway or a Surgical Suite. Don't really need it. All right, whatever. It's a Raised Dead. It could be good with Optimistic Scavenger. Does make an enchantment creature. That's true. That's kind of good. Synergistically speaking, not bad. So deck could still definitely use some upgrades. We're at 12 creatures right now. Just still light. Glimmer Seeker, okay, playable. Not splashing the first Misty Salon, although I do have a lot of doors. I mean, technically I could. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably not enough though. Glimmer Seeker's good. I can take it. Yeah. It's a good card. In this deck, we're probably drawing cards because we have ways to make glimmers. Erratic Apparition is a good way to take some games over too, but I think we're going to primarily stick to black-white if we can. Final Vengeance, more removal. We can't really reliably, super reliably get Delirium online. Could take the Cheerleader now. I'm going to take Final Vengeance. This could come back to bite us, but you can sack an enchantment for it. It makes it so good in this deck. Okay, Mutilator, another Leech, Bloodsucker. Should I just go for the Leech plan? I don't mind it. I mean, with all the removal, we could probably... It might be worth a try. I mean, this is much bigger. And Bloodseeker is kind of exciting, but let's just all Balemark Leech deck and see what happens. Wow, Grand Entryway. Huge pickup for us here. Great card. Just with the deck once. Trigger Eerie 1,000 times. So we already have cuts to make. Good spot to be. Don't need any of this. Yeah, I really don't need any of this. Fnatic that we're not going to play. Yeah, Balemark Leech, once again, nothing to write home about, but I think when you have 6 of them and a bunch of removal like we do, it could actually be good. So we have like 14 creatures. So we could take the Intervention if I thought I didn't have enough removal already. We could take the Amalgam for more creature that also... Intervention's probably better, honestly. I don't even think Intervention's good, but it's fine. Nashi, we're not going to splash it, even though we have a lot of enchantments to find. I could take Fear of Immobility now, I guess. Maybe buy some time, I don't know. It's good with survival if you tap your own dude, I guess. Living Phone. Yeah, pretty playable in here. I don't know if we're going to have space for it, but it is pretty playable. Got the Misty Salon back. I mean, door count is up there. Room count too. But I don't know if I want to splash Misty Salon for it. Am I going to splash Glassworks either? I don't know. You probably don't need to. I can consider it. I don't think we're going to need Valgabot's Faithful, probably. Quite the deck. Removal is 3 Sheltered by Ghosts, Final Vengeance, Winter's Intervention, Double Murder, Glassworks. Yeah, we don't need to splash Glassworks, although, I mean, Glassworks is just another way to kill your opponent with Balemark Leech. I don't think we need a goat either. Okay. 44 cards. Let's say we dump the Glassworks plan, even though it would be an easy enough splash. Let's just get off of it. We still have to make cuts, so we're fine. We don't need to splash anything. It says we have 13 creatures, but we have more than that. It's, I think, 16. Okay. Let's figure out cuts here. So extra creatures we have are 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting 1/1s as creatures, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do, but our curve is actually kind of low. I think the problem is we don't have a lot of card advantage in here, do we? We basically have a Living Phone, which isn't even card advantage. That could be a problem. We don't have card draw in here. We can get flooded out. But I don't know what to do about that. So Patch Play thing essentially is good with Sheltered by Ghosts because you get a double strike lifelink ward. We have one way to manifest it to actually make it. Oh, I guess I could resurrect it. That's about it. If I don't cut Faithful. I mean, I feel like I probably should cut Faithful. Just play those. Oh, those are 5 drops. Never mind. Our curve is still pretty low, but Not as low as originally thought. Well, I'm kind of thinking cut the Faithful, because the best creature in my deck is Scavenger, and paying 5 mana to resurrect a 1-drop seems a bit unexciting. And I was thinking maybe cut the Plaything, but I'm at 15 creatures right now. 16. I could probably cut the Mask. I don't really need it. And then I could cut the Plaything, and that brings me to 14 creatures, which admittedly is kind of low. But I'm kind of debating it. One or more cards leave your graveyard. Do you have any other ways to get? It's basically just those two. Take cards out of my graveyard. Well, it might have to be good enough. Just kill our opponents with Bilmerk, Leech, Eerie triggers. I guess that's the plan. Yeah, this looks like a bit of a fragile deck, to be honest, but we have a lot of removal, so hopefully we can buy enough time. We're going to run it like this and see around one. All right, well, we're on the play. We'll keep it. Oddly, don't have one of our 6 Bilmerk Leeches in hand here. All right, there's one, but we'll play the Living Phone first. If they kill Living Phone, at least we almost assuredly get a Bilmerk Leech out of it. Looks like they're gonna, yeah, that's fine. It would be way weirder to miss there on that. Oh, that's good. Let's go Leech and Leech. I think I'm gonna let them probably trigger Cartographer again here. Oh, that's unexpected. Guess we can do Fear of the Dark. If they want to counter it, it's okay. It's a good one. I'm definitely going to kill that. Too much value to reap from the entity tracker. I would have splashed for entity tracker in this deck though, for sure. All right, so we can do Grand Entryway plus Elegant Rotunda, but maybe we just murder the entity tracker. Wait for them to cast an enchantment first, so why don't we just do Grand Entryway and then leave up murder. All right, I'm gonna try and murder the entity tracker now. All right, so they'll get to draw 1 card, and then we'll use Final Vengeance on the tracker. Guess we can do 2 this turn if we want. Guess I can sacrifice this now. Three cards in their hand, though. All right. I don't love this, but at least they have to double block. They probably do. I mean, these Bilmerk Leeches are doing a lot of work on them. Wow. Pretty surprised about that. Okay. They cast Fear of Exposure. We'll take 2. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh, nice one. Oh, dead. Love it. All right. Sweet. See you for the next one. It's a keep. All right. Okay. Probably this one, since Fear of Immobility can do something, I suppose. So we'll worked out pretty good for him. I didn't even see how they got all those creatures in there. Oh, they discarded them. Well, that makes more sense. Geez, maybe discarding that land was a bad idea. Alrighty, on to the next one. Ooh, this is a good hand. Scavenger and a Leech into Glimmerlight equip. I like that. Mm. That's a good one. I don't really have ways to gain life, so I think that's okay. I should have equipped the Glimmer. Could have dealt 5 instead of 4 there. Although, I guess now I can keep this back. What shall we buff up here? So I could do the Leech. So I could attack with Leech, they could block with Nemesis, kill the Scavenger. I think I'm just gonna wait for now. So Fear of the Dark would have Menace and Death Touch if it attacks. It's pretty good. All right, we'll take 5. Okay. All right. So I think we do the Crypt here. Buff the Leech. Get in with Leech. I got a treasure. Move this over here. And then pass. It's got trample too, huh? All right. So I get really 2 triggers with Cadaver Lab, but I have to bring back a creature in order to do that. But I don't really want to chump with the Scavenger either, because then I won't get the triggers. But maybe worth it here. Sure. sure. All right, Leech. It's a dangerous spot. Yeah. But we'll do Leech. We'll do this. We'll do the Scavenger. Oh, pass. Okay. Oh, if I draw a removal spell, this is kind of a tough spot. There's a lot of things that are lethal here, like any enchantment's lethal, so I think I'm actually just going to take 9. Like I can do a maybe mediocre double block there, but I think our best odds of winning are probably trying to rip a removal or just an enchantment and they die, so. Because the trigger from Screaming Nemesis, they're going to die before that gets us. Well, unfortunately, that's not quite what I needed. Yeah, man, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Okay, well, I needed to rip it there. Yeah, the Screaming Nemesis has trample, so we do die now. So I guess I put myself in a spot where I needed to rip an enchantment, but I still kind of feel like that was the right call. Oddly, we only drew 2 things that trigger enchantments this whole game. Thought we had more than that. Yeah, the Screaming Nemesis having trample is ultimately what's gonna cost us here. Bummer. All right, see you for the next one. We're on the draw. We'll keep this. This hand needs some help, but we're just a black mana away from this hand doing pretty good things, I think. Definitely, I prefer to not play the Grand Entryway until I at least have a eerie creature out. See if I get that luxury. All right, we ripped a Balemerc Leech. Not exactly what we needed. Sure. All right. Still don't really want to play the Grand Entryway yet. All right, rip a white mana, which is better than no mana at all. So we'll do that and play Living Phone. Tough spot now. Yeah, Sheltered by Ghost doesn't even really do that much for us. Guess I'm just gonna preserve my life total for a little while. I mean, they only have 2 cards left. I guess that's good. Wow. Well, maybe I should have saved my removal for that. One card left. Maybe they don't have any enchantments coming. Oh, bummer. All right, I guess we'll do this little guy to prevent us from discarding. All righty, there we go. All right, ended up going 1-3. I thought the deck was pretty cool, but didn't really get to go off with it. Let's see what's in our pity pack here. Three mana, destroy a creature. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, return to the battlefield under your control, sacrifice it. All right, it's good with Enter the Battlefield effects. Yeah, definitely seems like the pick. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. See you for the next one.